Hey, y'all. It is Consignment Chats and it is episode 95. And today we're here to talk to you about the Boss Reseller Remix.
Woo! Wow, you are a boss bee.
Boss B. Yes, I'm a boss bee. You're a boss bee. Wouldn't you like to be a boss bee too? Um, this background is really kind of funky that we're trying out.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
So, y'all, all right, Libby and I usually do these much sooner. Well, you like to do them right after an event, but as
Mhm.
a lot of you know, we not everything stays in Vegas, as you've been told all your life, because we
Oh,
brought
yeah.
COVID home.
We
So
did.
we were under the weather all week. And for the first time in the history of Consignment Chats, we did not share an episode last week.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's true. It's all true. It's all true.
Yeah.
My family was less than pleased with the souvenir I brought them home.
Right? Okay, everybody, I brought you home COVID. And then I got home and I said to my husband, and you get COVID, and you get COVID. And yeah, so we shared it,
Yeah, not on purpose, but yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. So listen, it was hard to come home sick because you're on such a high when you leave because
Mhm.
you just had literally the time of your life. At least I did.
Oh, we
Yeah.
did. We definitely did.
So Libby and I were like kids in the candy store, like could not get enough of everything, right, Libby? Like
Everything, everyone, all the knowledge, the people, the
hearing people's
community.
stories, meeting new people, the people speaking. It
Yes,
was information dopamine overload.
yes. And if you weren't there, we're going to bring you some of that. And if you were there, maybe there are things we picked up on that you didn't get a chance to, because there's no way you could do everything and meet everyone. And I
So,
mean, yeah.
yeah. But you know what I thought in the middle of this? Like right
What?
now, right this second, I'm going to share a couple of pictures of the venue right now. See, now everybody could
Very
see the
cool.
venue. Everybody
Wait,
could.
what if people are listening on podcasts? What are they going to do?
You know what? You guys got to head on over to our Instagram, Facebook, because that's where these images are going to be shared.
Hmm.
They'll all be over there.
Or they
So,
can watch the YouTube video too.
or you can watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
All
they'll be
right.
on there and you don't want to miss them because throughout this video, there's going to be other times I'm popping stuff in. So you just wait. You just wait. Right,
I'm a little nervous. I mean, some of my our costumes were less than flattering, let's say, for the last night party.
Yeah, I
But we'll
wasn't
get into
sure.
that.
I wasn't sure that I wanted Nick to see it because I thought he might never think of me in an attractive way again. Like you can't
Hmm.
that like sticks to the brain,
You
right?
can't unsee that. You can't unsee that. But
No, there's no erasing it. Yeah.
yeah, it's everywhere now. So, all right, we'll deal with it. We'll
Yeah.
deal with it.
Yeah.
Oh, and just to clear up a misconception, I feel like even though you talk about your husband all the time, a lot of people thought Molly and I were a couple. We are not a couple.
You're not.
Yes, we are not. We're partners in C chats. We are not partners in life. We're partners in business.
We are co-hosts in C chats. I
Yeah.
work for her in Consignment. We are besties, but I'm married.
Yeah. Okay.
And Nick Liska.
Yes. All right. So I really just wanted to get that out of the way because that misconception has been out there, and we were asked about it a couple of times, and yeah. So
You know, it was funny. It literally was like 3 days into the event. We've been hanging out with somebody, and 3 days in, they're like, "But I thought y'all were a couple." And I'm
yeah.
like, "Look, I got no problem with that, but no, we're not." My husband would disagree with that.
Exactly. Exactly. Public service announcement for Molly's husband. Yes, she is absolutely married.
I have
All
a
right.
term for it, but this is not the space. So we're just gonna leave it at that of what I am. We're just gonna, my husband and I are quite happy. All right. So Libby, tell me, so we started out, what were your initial feelings walking in? Like, I want to get like, let's talk.
Ooh, all right. Let's start from the beginning. Well, when we We did something. Michelle got the first day we got there, she had rented a cabana at the pool. And we just put out like for different people to meet us. And we made some great like connections and kind of started things off great, like at the hotel before we even entered the boss space.
It was such a great little kind of meet and greet to get your feet wet, like literally, because we got in the pool. And okay, picture time, y'all. Picture time of us in the pool. Here we go. All right, now y'all can't unsee that, can you? No, that was us and Michelle in the pool. And the shark tank's pretty cool, right? And
oh, wow. Yeah.
my video didn't come through, but I actually got video of Libby coming down that slide that you just saw in that picture.
Yeah. And actually, that was the first time I forgot, because I've gotten to know so many of you so well on video and doing interviews and in the consignment chats community, that I forget that I haven't really met you in person. And I come, splashing, screaming down the Shark's Tank slide, and who's at the end that I had never met in person but Liz O'Kane.
Right.
I'm like, hey, Liz.
All right, Liz, this is truly Molly's soapbox. This is authentic. This is Libby. Woo! Legs flying, arms flying, splashing in the water. Yeah.
So that was a riot. It was fun to just see people in a different environment other than their Zoom screen, for sure.
Right. So it was nice because we had a couple of people that we had met Zoom wise that came. Stuart.
Yep.
So Stuart
and Mrs. Franklin.
And Mrs. Franklin, yes, Amy, who I just adore.
Yes.
So y'all just wait in the future, because now we love to have Stuart, aka Franklin, come on our show, but next time he's coming with Amy, so y'all can get to know Amy if you weren't at the event and didn't. Here's a picture of her. Y'all can get to know her. Okay.
Yeah, because she is a big part of the support for that business, and she's just a lovely person. So
she is, isn't
she? RC chatters need to get to know Amy for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
So we met old friends, and then we met a lot of new friends that showed up. And you know what I thought about it? It was such a good thing that Michelle did it, because I did have, and I know she heard it too, a few people say, like Sharon, without this, I probably would have been alone the whole time, because the only people that have, I've been talking to are you guys. It was just a great icebreaker. Now, I think she's a different personality. Other people that came, it was a great icebreaker, but then they met a whole bunch of other people throughout the week, so it wasn't just us. But she in particular was very thankful for the opportunity to meet in a much smaller group prior to the big shenanigans.
Shenanigans, yes.
That night, we had a meet and greet.
Yes, at the Cat's Meow on Fremont Street in the Fremont Experience. And it was an experience. I had never been on Fremont Street before. I'd been to Vegas, but never Fremont Street. And it was, like we said earlier, there are certain things you just can't unsee. What?
Should I put a video? Should I share?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Fremont Street. All right, here's Fremont Street. How about that? That is like...
Yeah, mind-blowing. And all right, going in, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. It was my mission to meet as many people as humanly possible in the span of that icebreaker. And that was really a challenge for me. It was a challenge I put to myself. Yes, Molly?
Y'all, I wish I would have had video of it, because it was so... We came in, saw a few people right off the bat, headed to the bar, Michelle and I got our first drink, and there was it was really crowded, like shoulder to shoulder. There was karaoke going on, and I'm talking to this little group, and the next thing I know, there's Libby. She was, I don't know, I'm trying to come up with something to describe it, like a kangaroo. I don't know, just hopping from one table to the next. And I was so proud of her, because she would just go, "Hi, I'm Libby. I'm with Consignment."
Because that's not me at all.
That is not her at all. I was so proud of you.
Oh,
meanwhile, me, who's a little more outgoing.
A lot more outgoing. Yeah.
I sat down at the table and I let the people come to me.
And they did. And they did.
I'm just
That
kidding.
was
That wasn't
awesome.
why I sat. I literally just couldn't move around for a while. It was just too crazy in there. So
Yeah.
I sat and met a couple of people that we sat and talked and had some fun. And then when it kind of died down a little, it was easier to manage getting around, and then started making the moves and getting all around
Mm-hmm.
bar area. But
My takeaway from that was like, oh my gosh, geez, I don't watch enough YouTube, because there were a lot of people that were, I guess, relatively YouTube famous in the reseller world. But of course, myself, I'm more of a podcast listener. So I don't recognize them. And they're so used to being recognized in the community that I kind of, open mouth, insert foot a couple times, because I didn't know who certain people were.
But you know what? They may appreciate that too at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know, but if you're watching us and that was you, I am so sorry. I'm sure I appreciate what you're doing out there in the reselling community, and I'm sorry.
And she's going to watch before next year.
I'm going to watch. I have to get a little more up on my YouTube faces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of people that do YouTube but don't have a podcast. So some people that are very famous in the reselling world, I need to know better. I need to know better.
You need to know. We need to get to know.
Yeah.
So we mentioned after eBay opened that we had met Josh and his lovely wife, Harry Tornado. So we've talked to him again about coming on our show. So he's going to come, and I love watching his shows. They're just too cute. So we're going to have them. And Mikey was a new meet for me.
Oh, Mikey Bags of Money. Yeah. I mean, or is it Bags? Bag? What a stellar personality. What a nice person.
100% agree. Yeah. I'm going to get to know him better next year. That's one thing I came out of with him. For the little bit I talked to him, I want to spend a little more time getting to know him better, because...
And he was just so authentic. Like when they did the speaker panel on YouTube, they did a YouTube speaker panel. And I think the concept was, or the name of the session was about monetizing YouTube. But I think it ended up being so much more than monetizing YouTube. And he just really came across as such an authentic, fun, real, this is what I do, this is my personality, and this is how I...
Yeah.
This is why I'm famous on YouTube.
Another personality I liked, and I got to get it right, is it the rural squirrel?
Oh my gosh, don't even start me on her. She is just a ray of light.
She's one of those, I always say I want to put them in my pocket. Usually the ones I want to put in my pocket are just so small and cute. You just want to put them in your pocket and take them around. This is not the case. She's tall, but even looking at the pictures she's posted from the event, she's like me. You know how I tell you in all my pictures, why do I feel like everybody needs to see my tonsils? Because I'm like, which I'll show you some. See right here. She does the same thing, and I love it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy to see all her pictures. She's like,
Yes. And I'm so excited. So it's the Let's Do Lunch podcast is their YouTube channel. And she just shared with me that they, the day we were at the bins, they got approved for Apple Podcasts. So they're on podcast now. So they're in my subscription, they're in my feed. I'm so excited.
Fantastic. That's awesome. Good for them.
Yeah.
All right. I want to talk about the bins and that, but that's final day after the
I know.
Day 2, y'all, day 2. So this is one of the funny things. They didn't start till later. Why? Because the meet and greet was Monday night. And they know resellers well enough to know we need to sleep in, because we're going to be out late the night before, and we're really not going to be very productive the next day. So we slept in, and then we went to the venue around lunchtime. I think we ate before. And had our first couple of an introduction session, first couple of sessions. Libby, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look back at my notes. Totally.
I walked in there. So my initial feeling was, first of all, we're driving in there and I'm like, we are out in the middle of nowhere. Okay, well, that's Vegas. I think it's just out in the middle of nowhere.
It was just, I was so taken with the landscape and the scenery, and it was surreal to me. I was just like, oh.
Yeah. But then you get to this building and it's, a beautiful building outside. It's very clean, very well, nicely, great building. But you walk in and it's like I crossed in and all of a sudden my adrenaline just started pumping. Everybody's in line. They're giving out your swag bags, your t-shirts. They
Love my
got
t-shirt.
step and repeat behind them. I mean, it just all of a sudden was like, we're here. We are here.
And everybody was so excited and so friendly,
Right?
And,
I mean, everybody was there to meet you, to want to hear your business, know what you're doing. Can I follow you? I want to be a support. I mean, it just was wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else do you have to put on the first day? Some takeaways on day one.
Gosh, I don't have it broken down by day. I'm sorry to say.
Well, I thought it would be good to kind of go through the day, but I'll just tell you this. One of the things I was uber impressed with day one, aside from the opening and having Vicky and Katie and Teresa welcome us, and just, I think it just gives you that kind of, we're in it together when they're up there and you look at all the work they put into this event, just sitting around this building and already knowing by what you're seeing, this is going to be an amazing several days. So to have them up there, just getting us started was just, woohoo, okay, I'm ready. But one of the coolest things I thought they did, and this is coming from my side of being somebody who used to do events for a nonprofit, I thought it was absolutely brilliant that they made these, what they call passports. And so logos for every sponsor that was up in the sponsor room. And so you had to get a stamp. You had to visit them to get a stamp. And once you got all your stamps, you entered them in for drawing at the end of the week. And I just thought, especially for those introverts who get kind of scared of that kind of thing, what a great way to encourage them to step out. And I also thought about all the events that I went to back in my teaching days when I was in the nonprofit, going to the medical conferences, how many booths you would see that nobody was there. And you kind of felt like, oh gosh, like nobody's talking to them. And they went through all this to set up and nobody's it's a lot of work to be a sponsor and go out there and put up a table and banner and all your giveaway. It costs money and it's a lot of work. And I thought it was just very thoughtful of them to put together that passport for both the sponsors and the introverted who maybe needed that little extra push to get out of their comfort zone and speak to people. Because that then encouraged you. You had to go talk to them if you wanted a stamp. So I thought that was just a really neat addition that I think every conference should do.
Yeah. And I didn't realize that was something like that was so novel to that, because those vendor booths were popping. Like they were just, I mean, there was always a line.
Always.
Not like a real deep line. I mean, they were accessible for sure, but there was always like people around and just, people ready to talk and take pictures and, so many cool sponsors, and it was amazing to, I don't even know where to start with that. Like, so we went around, I'm going to kind of like go around the hall in my head. Hopefully I don't forget anybody. So the first one when you walked in was Whatnot, which was a huge part of the conference, And then List Perfectly, which was like the number one sponsor. I know it was their initial sponsor last year. They really took a chance on Boss since it was their first year, and they stepped up even bigger this year. It was pretty amazing.
Y'all, their booth, it was actually like a stage. They were the center of it all, was swagalicious. For no better word, swagalicious. I have never seen so much awesome swag that they were giving away.
Right?
And every time you thought you got one of everything, you'd go back later and they'd have something new out. I mean, it was just swagalicious.
Like hats and measuring tapes and t-shirts and
awesome
buttons and
List Perfectly IKEA bags. I wish I had mine with me.
Like right. Yes.
Like we have the eBay bags. LP had them.
I used mine for shipping today.
I mean, t-shirts, so many different t-shirts in different colors, different sizes, a bucket hat and a baseball hat. They had it all. I can't think of what didn't they have?
Right. And they were launching their listing party, which you're going to hear us. I think we might need a whole episode on that. I can't even say enough about it.
Yeah.
So this whole new platform that's going to tie in so cool with Molly's Listapalooza and a lot of the things that we've been doing, and allow us to answer consignment questions right in listing party in this new platform.
It's gonna be awesome.
But it is involved. Well, it's not. It's easy to use as far as we've seen. Definitely easy for a novice to get in, but definitely robust enough where we need to have it. It needs to have its own episode for all the things that we have planned there for listing party.
So between now and then, here's what I'm going to tell you to do. Between now and then, as soon as this episode is over, go into the show notes and make sure, if you're not, already signed up for List Perfectly, use our code, get your 30% off, sign up, because you do have to be pro to have listing party. And that way you can get it all set up and kind of get to know the platform. We do have lots of videos on it. We can do more, help you more if you need it. Make sure you have that, because you don't want to miss listing party. You don't.
No.
So when you sign up, you can use C-Chats, get 30% off, and enjoy and get ready, because it's going to be
absolutely. You'll see us there. We will not be missing on. All right. So then we went around, and was it eBay that was next?
WorthPoint
that was next. Very cool. Check out our episode with Dana Crawford if you haven't yet. And she talks a lot about WorthPoint and using it as a research tool, but it is so much more than that. Then we went around, we had eBay, which, all right, we know all about. They did a great job. We met some really cool people from eBay. Then next was Reseller Genie, right?
Yeah.
What?
I love them.
I know. What an amazing couple. Faith and I think it's Paul, right?
Paul. Yes, Faith and Paul.
Yeah, Faith and Paul. They started in it's like accounting for resellers. It's a program that they developed. He developed it for her as a reseller so she could track, and they are upping it, taking it to the next level. They were a sponsor for the event, and they are amazing people that are uber invested in the reseller community and making our accounting lives easier. So we will also be bringing you more on Reseller Genie, because you don't want to miss this opportunity. And we know it is a number one pain point. Almost all resellers. I'm trying to think of a person that I know that it's not a pain point for.
Nobody.
And I'm drawing a blank here. Yeah. And then we had wholesale, which they will be coming on very shortly. Emma and Kat. Yep.
We will Emma and Kat. There they are, right there.
What an amazing startup this is. It is a solution for us as resellers to get rid of wholesale lots, but is also an opportunity for us as resellers to source. I mean, it's, again, another one of those things where we need to dedicate a whole episode to it, because I'm not going to do it justice now, but just keep them on your radar. Go and like their Facebook page, sign up on their website. It is free of charge to sign up, see what it's all about. So when we come to you with the details, you're going to be ready, because you're going to want to, you're going to be wanting to take advantage of this service. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right. So then we had I'm going to say it wrong. Not your dad's CPA. Not my dad's CPA. Oh, wait. Is it on the back? Hold on. I always say it wrong. Not your dad's CPA. Not your dad's CPA.
Glad I could be of service.
Yeah. I forgot they were on the back of our shirts here. And he does a lot in the reselling community. He does a lot of resellers taxes. A lot of people use his service. So he was there to answer questions and at the end there, he was making jokes about knowing more than he ever wanted to know about everybody's accounting and personal lives. But yeah, he sounds like a really good option for that. Then we had Mercari.
Yep.
Yeah, we have Mercari. I don't know what else to say. You guys know if you use Mercari, they were available there to speak. There was a representative that does Mercari Local, where they do the local delivery service, to speak with. And is that it? Did I get them all?
You got them all.
Woo!
Very
Wow.
well done. I mean, they did have other sponsors, but those were the ones that were there at the event.
Yeah.
American Bubble Boy. They did have others.
Yeah, they had American Bubble Boy, Sisley, Grailed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those ones there. So hopefully those others will show up next year, because I think they were kind of later additions into it. So I have a feeling that sponsor room is going to be a bit more packed next year.
Yeah. I definitely.
So that was a great room, and it was upstairs. But between upstairs is kind of this middle landing level, and Worth Point put together this amazing lounge area for everyone. You could go sit with couches and tables and places to plug in if you needed to put your laptop and get a little work done in between. It was really nicely done. Worth Point did a great job with that.
Yeah, very well done.
What did we do the night of day 2? That was a free night, right? That was a free night.
That was Nacho Daddies.
Oh, we went to Nacho Daddies. Y'all, that was so much fun. We went with Stuart and Amy. We went with Michelle, of course. And then we had new friends.
Yeah. We had Susan,
Melissa.
I'm gonna forget people. Kenny.
Sarah.
Yes, Sarah.
Yeah, that's who we had. Here's a picture of us at the table.
That was so much fun to get to know people. I mean, we talked a bit, like we were all like reselling. We talked reselling, right? It was just fun.
Yeah, we had a great time.
And I think we also had like a little C-Chats breakthrough about living with ADHD. And we had a lot of chatter about that and a lot of struggles, and we talked a lot about our struggles, with things like that and how it impacts our reselling and different things we do. And that's where I think that's where your idea for our Get Real series was born.
It is.
Yeah. So, thank you all for participating in that discussion and just really hammering home. I mean, Melissa said something, she stood up at the event the next day and said something like it meant so much to her. And I don't think I realized at the time we were having the discussion, that there were other people that had, similar struggles to what she was dealing with, and how much it meant to just have that community of people to chat with. And so.
Yep. It was, I think, pretty powerful for many people in that room, because I think, as Susan said, it's true. I know you're not, but a lot of resellers do tend to be the ADHD because of the dopamine hits you get from being a reseller. That tends to be the kind of business that attracts those of us with ADHD and ADD because of that, the way the business is, the sourcing, the finding it, the selling, the cha-chings,
Yeah, I just love that. And like for me, even though I don't struggle, I mean, I struggle with other things, but
sure.
I work with a lot of people that struggle with that. And the discussion kind of came out of it that it might be great for us to even implement that book you were talking about, living with an adult with ADHD or something.
I'll have to look at the title again, but yes.
Yeah. But having that discussion, because for me, it's helpful, even though I'm not struggling, to understand what that's all about and be able to relate, have empathy, or effectively work with somebody that's dealing with that.
Well, as I told everybody at dinner, it really was a game changer for Nick. I made him read the book prior to us getting married 26 years ago, because I wanted him to really know what he was saying I do too. Because at that point I had decided I didn't like the medication. I didn't like the way it made me feel. It changed my personality. And I had decided I had gotten through that many years and really was happy with who I was and where I was. I just had to figure out how to come up with ways to deal with the issues at hand. And I still struggle with it, but it's nice because Nick, having read that book, like you're saying, with you having employees or coworkers, or it helps when you know, because then you can kind of go, okay, I can see they're zoning out. What's the problem? If I do this and this, they'll come back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's a great thing for us to discuss. I think it was a good idea, as you said, to do a future book club with it, because it seems to be something everybody was interested in.
And I think I just didn't realize how prevalent it was, especially in the reselling community. Like, it just really was an eye opener. It really was an eye opener for me.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
All right, we go to bed. We wake up, and it is a full day.
Full day.
Full day.
Full day.
We met a lot of new people that day. We learned a lot of new things that day. What sticks out? We had food trucks all over for lunch.
We did the Blind Center tour, which for I think all of us, anybody that took that tour, it was a real eye opener, it was a real life-changing event for me, in all honesty, to be able to see what they're doing there, the struggles some people overcome, how important, but also how difficult it is for people that maybe have a disability to feel like they are a contributing member of society and able to support their families. Just the difficulties of that were very obvious, but also the importance of that. Like, I don't think I thought about that. And I thought about how amazing it really is that those of us that are in this world of consignment, of reselling, when we reach out and we buy things that are refurbished, sometimes we're supporting endeavors like this. Like, they have a whole electronics and refurbishing and recycling center. That's what the Blind Center is. And sometimes when we're shopping second, we don't even realize the full impact of what we're doing when we're shopping secondhand. So there were so many just amazing things about that.
So amazing. And I'm glad that we get to continue to support them. And
yes,
because they are amazing. And the people that run it are amazing. The people that are working there are amazing. It definitely gives you a different look on life. You wake up with those, I don't want to work today. No. And then you think about Gary at his computer. Here, there's Gary at his computer. I mean, it's not stopping him, and he's blind and he's doing it, right?
Yeah. And I'm so grateful that they chose to have this event not at a convention center, but at the Blind Center of Las Vegas, and give them a chance to participate. There are a lot of resellers that are actually working at the Blind Center, and they have a huge eBay operation. Just the fact that they are able to participate and take some income. They did a huge fundraiser for them and benefit from this conference. It was just so circular. And Liz O'Kane and Trish Glenn did an amazing social media presentation, all about social media, why, they use it, how they use it. And it was they did such an amazing job of presenting I didn't realize there were so many people that really didn't use social media or were just at the beginning stages of using social media, and they addressed questions from that end, and they also, from people that are influencers, they were also answering questions from that. So it was just they did an amazing job of encompassing everything. Done. Yeah,
I agree. They really
fun. Are they a dynamic duo or what?
They really are. They play off of each other really well.
Yeah,
really well. They really do. That was fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, there was so many great presenters, like you were talking about before with the YouTube personalities talking about YouTube. And I learned a lot from that. I'm trying to think of some of the others because I have COVID brain.
Yes. I'm sorry. Bear with us because we are just coming out of it, and I think we're both a little bit foggy still.
COVID brain. So y'all, we're getting on all the fun stuff because it was so much fun, but I don't want you to think it was just fun. We did get a lot of great education from it. that was phenomenal. Let's talk Whatnot, y'all.
Okay.
I just still look chills. I get chills when I think about it. Libby had just said to you, we did a fundraiser. By we mean Whatnot. And oh my gosh, the two businesses were
Rally Roots and Yesterday's Fits.
Okay.
Yesterday's Fits. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So they hosted, they had a lot of vintage t-shirts. They had special hats that there were only, I think, 20 made that you could get. So they went live on Whatnot with us, and we did Whatnot auctions for those items. Oh my gosh. Right? They were still explaining it live how it worked with the first hat. And before they actually realized it, it was already over $300 for this trucker hat.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
So the first trucker hat sold for what, $691, and it was bought by Ken the Hustle Bee, and it all went to the Blind Center. But then he donated it back as a giveaway, and our travel companion Michelle, and they did it as a gift. She tried to give it back, but they said no, you got to keep it. So she has this. She's trying to decide what kind of auction and what kind of charity she's going to do with this $691 Yesterday Fits Boss Reseller Remix Collab hat, trucker hat.
It's a cool hat. I like it. I know you're not as big on hats, but I like it. And I may or may not have bought myself $160 something t-shirt. I mean,
you may or may not have.
Had to.
So people are being so generous. So generous.
Just amazing. Star got herself a biggie.
We didn't even talk about Star yet. She's like a whole episode unto herself, flipping hippos.
She's our girl. Our girl. Yeah, Star was hilarious. So
I see why she has such a big following. She is a personality. She is genuine. She is
just love her.
Just a ball of sunshine, honestly.
Love that girl. Love her.
Yeah.
And she'll be on. We'll have her on in the future.
Yeah.
She's in the middle of a move. She's moving from Florida to Pittsburgh area, so she'll be yay. So we're excited. So Star, she just is bubbles, all bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles there, bubbles everywhere. I'll share some pictures of Star as we continue to talk. They'll pop up here. Just a lot of fun. Yeah,
and I only knew her from interacting on Facebook, in the List Perfectly group with comments. So I didn't really know her from YouTube. So this is my first. So now I'm excited to watch her YouTube channel. Plushy Queen and Plushy King, who is also, I don't actually know his real name. I'm sorry. But he was so much fun. We were all dancing. Stuart had the idea. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead.
Well, anyway, let me wrap up the event. We ended up raising over $7,000 for the Blind Center in that Whatnot auction that took 31 minutes. The auction was 31 minutes. And in 31 minutes, we raised over $7,000, and Whatnot waived all the fees. So they truly got 100% of that money.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just amazing. And Ryan, who runs it, was standing there next to me and just a ball of, he gets very sensitive and emotional anyway.
Who runs the Blind Center, not Whatnot. He runs the Blind
Center. I'm sorry. Runs the Blind
Center. Or the tour. He runs the tours at the Blind Center. Yeah.
But he just was beside himself. He just couldn't believe it. So it was amazing. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. So that was, what did we do that night? Oh, that was the Fremont. That was the Fremont crawl. That was the Fremont crawl. Yes.
All right.
And I think we need to segue into Lady Luck Junk right now.
All right, hold on. While we're talking about this, I'm going to be popping pictures up here. So
cool.
Fremont crawl pictures while we're talking.
Yeah.
So the whole idea of Fremont crawl, we met at one end of Fremont, which was the container park.
Mm-hmm.
And we were there for like an hour. And then everybody was to get together and literally go down Fremont to the other end, stopping here or there, splitting up. and they had a wear a thrifted costume contest. It could be anything, thrifted or consignment. And if you
Yeah.
wanted to, you could. If not, just come in your normal clothes. Go ahead, Libby. Jump in.
There were some goodies. There were some goodies. I don't even know what they all were, but they were goodies.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, Molly's going to show you some of
I
those.
flip that. Check out that suit. That's
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
And so Lady Luck Junk. Yes. Danica. She is. Oh my gosh! Go over and subscribe to her channel. She is the most. What would you say? Effervescent, exuberant,
positive, energetic.
Yeah. Unapologetically herself person that I have ever met. Yes, we love her. She's just so much fun. But she did this amazing thrifted costume where she was, what is it, Zoltar?
Mm-hmm.
The what would you say, the fortune teller, like in the box, and she was handing out fortunes and literally rolled down Fremont Street
wheels
in this, and it was just amazing.
Ooh, wait a minute, we're going to cut right here because I have to share the video of Stuart of Franklin Hills dancing with her. Hold on.
Oh,
How was that?
That's awesome. I didn't even really get to see that before. Oh, wow.
Right?
Thank you. I'm so glad you're so good at documenting and taking pictures and everything.
Yeah, I have so many. So I'm trying to get as many on here by the end of this as I can, but probably not.
And, Doug from List Perfectly from Seller Community Podcast, who you've heard on here before, let slip in the last episode, or before we recorded the last episode, that there's one thing that freaks him out more than anything, and it is human heads on animal bodies. Well, we said we were going to get him back, but
here's why we're getting him back. We got to back up.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
As we get all the way down Fremont, we stop at the final stage where there is this Halloween-based band playing 80s, but they're all dressed like horror film guys, like Freddy Krueger and Mike Myers, and so they're all dressed up. But it was really cool. So we're all literally out in the street dancing, we're singing at the top of our lungs, and we're having so much fun. And Doug is in front of our group. And I hand him my phone and I say, Doug, here, hold this up and take a selfie of us. Well, he takes my phone and walks away with it. And then returns finally to take this selfie. But in the meantime, as I look at my camera, I have like 14, 20 face shots of Doug. So that is where the next day I thought, let's have some.
He set it up perfectly. He set it up. We said we were going to get him, and he just set it up. It's like almost like he just handed us. So, check out what Molly did with this.
Here's the video.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, just let it play. Enjoy. Oh my gosh.
We love him, and he loves us. It's a great friendship.
All
right, so I think that this is a long episode, but of course it was so much fun. It was a great week.
Yes.
What else, Libby? We got the final night for sure. That
let's just dive right into the final night.
All right, List Perfectly hosted a party at the end of the event at the Blind Center, and you're in this building, conferences all day long. It's a beautiful building. Here's a picture of like above us and the lights. How pretty is that?
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful building. But they truly transformed it into this party room, ballroom, red carpet when you come in, step and repeat, professional photographer, tablecloth covered tables, food along the side walls, bartender in a bar, band, which was blind center.
Yeah, they were called the Broken Spectacles.
The Broken Spectacles.
How
That
cool.
amazing. I love that name. So the Broken Spectacles started it off, and then we had a DJ to end the night. And again, because it's in October, it was costume optional.
Yeah, it was either you dressed to the nines, you got really fancy, or you did a costume. So, yeah, you can guess what Molly and I did. Costumes.
So she, I always point the wrong way, who doesn't like to dress up, did it and rocked it.
Oh my God, so fun. So fun. So yeah, you're gonna have to pop up a picture of the check out the picture of our costumes. We were Senseless Perfectly, as we are very grateful. They are our sponsors for Consignment Chats. We did our costumes in their honor since they were launching listing parties. So we got mullets. Mullets, yes. Molly and I both wore mullets, which are business in the front, party in the back. So we had List Perfectly. We had our little suit and ties on in the front, and then in the back it was listing party, and we had a tutu and everything. So we had our shirt, we had our costumes. We were all business in the front and party in the back.
It was fun.
It was so much fun, and I loved Clara and Amanda's response to it.
Oh, they got such a kick out of it. They really did. They loved it. So we did that, and I, as we're talking, as you see, sharing some of the other costumes, but everybody, it was really, people had a lot of fun with it. We're
a creative bunch. We're thrifty and creative, I think.
How about that?
We're thrifty and creative, and our theme song. I can't thank goodness Stuart even brought this up. They were like, go, can you request Thrift Shop by Macklemore? So of course I had to go up and do that. And it came on and people just went nuts.
Of course we did.
Oh gosh.
So y'all, it was such a fun, amazing event. If you did not go this year, I highly recommend you go next year. Mm-hmm. I did learn that they will cap it. They're not going to let it get too big, which I think is wise, because I think if you got too big, it would take away from the community feel that we got there. But they are going to grow some. But Katie, Vicky, and Teresa and they had a lot of help. I don't want to take away from help from Liz and others that were there. They had a lot of people jump in and help them put this together. But they did an amazing job.
They really did.
Amazing job. If you want to go somewhere and spend time with like-minded people who are supportive 100% of who you are in your business, accepting of who you are in your business, and fun, I mean, you got to go.
And let's talk, there were people from resellers from all walks of life, and they were all ages.
Yep.
Yeah, it was such a diverse group of people that we all had this one thing in common that we're all super passionate about. And it's just so amazing to be able to, I said to Emma on one of the last days, I said, or at the party, I said, it's just so amazing to be with people that understand how hard we work and how passionate we are, because in my life, my family doesn't, well, why are you working? Why are you working so much? You work so hard. You work all the time. And I'm like, but I love it.
Right.
I'm not going dragging myself to do something. I love it. That's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And to be with people that truly understood that, somebody were like, oh, I need to check this order, right in the middle of a dance or, whatever they were doing. And you get that, you immediately get that. And you get the fact that for me, it was reinforcing to be with people that don't turn it on and off like you do at a 9-to-5 job. This is a different kind of lifestyle. It's not, you turn it on and you turn it off. It's always with us.
Yeah.
That was cool.
It's still a high, even though COVID jumped in the middle of it. I still just think it's amazing. And I got to put a shout out, not because they're our sponsors, but because what List Perfectly did also for this event was above and beyond, not just the Swagalicious swag, but they had a session where they talked about the changes they're making in List Perfectly listing party, but some others things they were doing. But they really, as all of these sponsors I felt were, they are in it for us.
Yeah, it's just very organic. Like, what do you guys need? We want to serve you the best we can. And that's where the intention comes from. It's not building a multi-million-dollar company. It's like serving their community.
I mean, Claire was so enthusiastic the whole way through and just a bundle of joy and energy. And I just, I love it. I look at Amanda and Claire and I think they play off of each other like you and I do.
Yeah.
Their personalities are different, but they just play off of each other so well.
Yeah.
But I just have to shout them out too, because I think all the sponsors did an amazing job, but I think List Perfectly truly rocked it out.
I was a little worried. I'm going to say, when you came home and you were like, oh God, I'm so sick. Like, I got off the plane and I was so sick. And, I'm down and out for a couple of days. And I thought, oh my God, she's never going to get on a plane and do this again. And then like literally in the midst of your illness, you were saying like, so for next year, like, I think we should rent a car as well.
I can barely
making plans for next year.
I can barely talk, but I just had a thought. See?
I think that was a testament to just how much we got out of it.
Do I look creepy?
Yeah.
Hey. I'm coming back next year, y'all. Teresa, Vicky, Katie, no matter what, you'll be there.
Oh my gosh. Great.
All right. Moral of the story, jump on it when it's open. Start saving your pennies. Make yourself a little side account.
Yeah.
Get with it.
If you have questions on how to do that, hop into our Consignment Chats community. We put together, we have a whole thing on profit first, but there's a way you can easily incorporate that and start saving now for next year. It is an investment in you and your business. And we'd love to meet you.
Worth every penny.
Yes, definitely. All right. Till next time.
Love you. Till next time.
Cheers. Oh, wait, this doesn't work with the green screen.
Cheers. This is my smoothie. I'm trying to get healthy. It looks like poo, but it's a smoothie and it's
Ew. All right, guys. Bye. Thanks for joining Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us at consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, you can find us on Facebook in our Consignment Chats community. Until next time.